That's how you purify your blood. That's how everything in your body exists, because you breathe. And so your lungs, the muscle that causes the breath to come in and out, you want to keep them strong and healthy. Besides that, your circulation, you want to keep it strong and healthy. So as we go through the different areas that we want to treat the body and take care of it and give maintenance to it, I have to put emphasis on this breathing. Okay? So if we have time, we're going to do some at the end, but I want to get you to try to understand it now. And it's not the first time that, I've worked with you with breathing. All right, so when you breathe, if you're sitting up, you want to be in the best posture that you can be in. Upright. I don't want you to strain to try to keep yourself up straight. But sit up as straight as you can without straining. You want to relax your shoulders. Now, as I'm teaching you this breathing, it might be helpful if you watch my hand, and as my hand goes up, that means the breath is flowing inward as long as my hand is going up. And I'm trying to get you, rather than take a sniff like that, I'm trying to get you to draw it out to a smooth breath, so it's until you're full, and then till you're empty. But the breath should flow in as smoothly as my hand is coming up. So it's not like that, it's smooth like that, okay? Now once your lungs are full, they're stretching. That material that your lungs are made of, it's meant to stretch, and stretching makes them healthier and stronger. Okay, now, if you're sitting up as tall as you can, and also don't tilt your head, try to level your head. Now, let's say the very first thing I'm going to have you do is to empty the lungs. Now, if you remember that whistle breath that I taught some time ago, I'm going to use that just for this moment. And now, I want you to just purse your lips like this. There's a little air in your lungs. Now, just like you're whistling, I want you to blow it out as my hand comes down. Until you can feel your lungs are empty. Now, through your nostrils, inhale, 1, 2, 3, and full. Now just hold that breath, let your lungs stretch. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, everything is out now. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and you're nice and full. And if you get full on 3, that's okay, as long as your lungs are getting that stretch. Now exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, everything is out. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and full. Hold it there, let the lungs stretch. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, everything is out. Now if your lungs get empty before I get to the last count, that's okay. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and full. Hold that breath, let your lungs stretch. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and empty. One more time. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and full. Hold that breath. The lungs are stretching. Now exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and empty. Now, just normal breathing. Now, if you have to watch this part over and over until you get it. Now, again, if you're inhaling and you don't make the 4 count, but 3 is okay, as long as it comes in smoothly. If you're exhaling, you don't make the 6 count, 5 is okay as long as it's smooth. That's what we're putting the emphasis on, and I'll explain that part to you, because this goes beyond just the health of your lungs. Okay, now, we have, we started with, and I hope that, some of you have seen it already, and we started with what we call upper body maintenance. Remember all the stretching up that we did, and chest expansion. Those are important. Why? For circulation. Now, and most of that we did in the chair, okay? And I said to you that on our third session, we're gonna make a blend of things that you can do in the chair and then the things that we do standing. Now, with that in mind, I'm going to dedicate a lot of this time to safety. There's nothing that I dislike more than accidents. Practitioners having accidents and falling, things like that. So we have some safety measures that I really want to share with you, and I want, if you need them, I want you to engage them, okay? So that on our third session, when we blend the sitting and the standing techniques together, you can do them safely, okay? So now, just take a moment, absorb what I'm saying.
Please come to the front office, thank you.
One of the things that I ask my students to do when we are doing standing techniques is, and if you have, and most people do have, simple folding chair like this, or a simple kitchen chair, dining room chair, whatever works for you, this is going to be an accessory that is going to be very helpful to you. So let's start with this. Now, when we do the blend of sitting and standing, when you stand up, just like the chair that I'm sitting in, I want you to back up. I want you to back up so you can feel the chair against the back of your legs. Now, why? That means that you always know where that chair is, and that if sometimes when we bend forward, and sometimes it happens because we come up too fast, and sometimes it's more sensitive to people who have high or low blood pressure. Come up and you may feel a little disoriented. That may happen once, maybe twice, but that will eventually stop happening. And I will show you how to prevent that, okay? So, but still, I came down, I got that stretch, stretching my back and my spine. I'm stretching the muscles in the back of my leg. And then I'm just coming up. I know where that chair is. So if I feel a little lightheaded, I just sit down, just bring my head forward, and it passes in a few seconds, okay? That's important. Ever you feel a little lightheaded, sit down, let it pass, okay? Now, here's how you prevent that. When you stand, all right, I can feel that chair against the back of my legs. Now, when you're standing, watch my head and face right now. Right now, I'm looking out at you. I'm sliding my hands down my legs. I'm getting the same stretch. Now I'm going to.
John, will you please come to the front office? Thank you.
I'm going to show you how to avoid that. When you bend forward, you get your stretch. Don't drop your head. Do not allow the top of your head to face the floor. Keep looking outward so that when you come up, the change isn't so severe as to make you feel a little disoriented. Do you understand that? You slide your hands down. We're stretching the posterior muscles and your spine. Keep looking outward. Now, if you don't have that problem, you can let the head drop. But if you experience it once, just for safety's sake, keep looking outward, okay? That's important. Now, another way to just do these things that, because this is aimed at senior citizens and people who may have never been in a yoga class. That's what we're doing is all about. And so the safety measures are important. Now, this forward stretch, okay, I can feel the chair behind my legs. This forward stretch, you can get this stretch in a completely safe way. By sitting in the chair, putting a chair in front of you. Now watch this. Slide your hands down your legs. It's the same stretch. I'm stretching from my Achilles, through the calves, behind the knees, hamstrings, back, and spine. So if you don't feel yet, secure on your feet, here's a way for you to do our standing exercise. Okay? And you'll be able to do most of them, good, like this. Now, there comes a time when we will do a stretch, but we make our stance wider. Now, if that's you can actually use 2 chairs so that you can get a nice wide stance like this. And then when you are standing instruction, tell us to come down and make a stretch. You got it. You're right with me. And in time, you're going to graduate to getting off the chairs. And that may take some time, but what's happening is right from these very first sessions, you're going to start making a difference. If you have muscles that you really haven't attended to, some of those muscles are bothering you, okay? Now, very often, the lower back is a problem. And, you wake up in the morning and, you walk kind of funny for a few steps, and your lower back doesn't really kick in probably until after you've had your coffee. And why it starts to kick in then is because your movement is stimulating the circulation. So let me show you now one way to get a little something done, excuse me, even before you get out of bed. So let me move this for a moment, and we're going to pretend that you just woke up, okay? your back is not feeling that great. Okay. So, before you even sit up, let's get the circulation in your back muscles, okay? Let's get that going. So by the time you stand up, the back is ready to go. All right, so there's a couple of things that I want to show you, and I want to get the right angle, and you can see everything that I'm doing, okay? So, you just woke up. And you know when you sit up and when you stand up, it's going to take some minutes for your lower back to kick in. Now here's how you start stimulating the circulation in these lower back muscles before you even sit up. So watch carefully. I'm going to bring my knees in close enough for me to get my hands around them, okay? So, and my arms are straight at this time, and I'll keep my legs together at this point. Now, I'm going to tell you how to breathe as we do this, but if that seems, a little confusing, don't worry about the breathing, because that will come in time. But this movement is very important. All right, so you're going to get a grip, and now your legs and your body should form a right angle, like 3 o'clock, okay? And so now, you have your grip, good firm grip. Take a breath. Now, as you let that breath out, bring your knees towards your chest. You'll feel that stretch. I'm feeling this stretch. Hold it a few seconds. Now, as you let your knees go back and your arms go straight, you let the breath flow in. Watch this now. Your lungs are full. Now, let that breath out. Pull your knees towards your chest and pull until you feel the stretch, but don't go so far as makes you uncomfortable. Don't go that far. You don't need to. And then let the knees come back. Now, I usually recommend, 5 to 10 of these, depending on your situation. So let's do a few more together. Take a breath. Get a grip. Now, let that breath out. Pull your knees in till you feel the stretch. And don't forget, you're in bed, okay? Now, release. Let the knees come back. Now, also notice, breathe, everybody. Also notice this is not jerky motions. I want you to do this exactly the way you see me doing it. So, the breath is in. Now, the breath comes out. You pull the knees in and you feel that stretch. Then you let it stretch a few seconds. You bring the knees back. Take a breath. Do this with me now. Knees in. Only if you can, if it's convenient. And let the knees go back. Take the breath. Bring the knees in. Pull a bit. And now, let the knees go back. All right, I want you to just watch for a moment. Now, at some point, as the muscles start to stretch more, you are going to be able to get more stretch from this. But how do we get that done? We get that done by opening up the knees so that your thighs are not making this contact. And so, but everything else is the same. I'm pulling the knees in and down, and now I'm getting a little bit more stretch. And let it go. Like I said, if you're not ready to coordinate the breathing, that's all right. Take a breath. Pull the knees in, let the breath out, get that stretch. Let's hold it a couple of seconds. Now, let the knees go back, take a breath. Pull the knees in, let the breath out, get a stretch. regrets. Knees back.
Lead work to the main office, please. Lead work to the main office, please.
Pull your knees in, let the breath out. Now, breathe. Now this time, you see I'm changing my position a little bit. I want you to hold this one. And that gives that stretch time to penetrate your muscle fibers. Now remember, you're not uncomfortable, you're not doing anything to the point where it hurts you. All right, so you're still in bed. I keep reminding myself. All right, so after you hold the stretch, let's say 10, 15 seconds, let the knees come back, let your feet rest on the mattress for a moment. Now, the second thing I want you to do, again, our goal is to get that circulation flowing in your back muscles. Okay, so now, you're gonna first bring your knees in. Good. Now, put your arms out, level with your shoulders. Do the best you can in keeping the legs together. And that may seem difficult in the beginning, but if you just keep trying, that's going to happen. So now watch what I'm doing. I'm bringing my legs down on the left side of my body. Good. And then I'm going to come up. I'm going to bring my legs down on the right side of my body. And you can feel this reacting in your lower back. And the legs come back and down on my left. And bring the legs up. And now go down on my right. But here's what I want you to watch. As my back starts to loosen up, I'm coming closer to the mattress. Only as I feel it, and not so much that it hurts. You don't have to hurt your body to make it healthy. And then I'm going to lift up, and I'm going to come down on my right, and I'm feeling it. I can get a little closer to the mattress now. And now I like to do this just smoothly, back and forth, down left, and up, down right, and up. And these, you want to do a lot of these. They make a difference. And up, and down right, and up. Now, you're going to do those back and forth. If you spent 5 minutes with it, that would be good, but 5 minutes of actually moving in and out of the position, okay? Now, eventually, what's going to happen over time is that you're going to be able to bring your legs all the way down to the mattress, and you just rest there for a few seconds. Now remember, if this hurts, you're not ready to go that far. And then your legs up. Now when we get so to the point where we're lowering the legs all the way down to the mattress, I always instruct my student to look over their right arm while they lower their legs to the left. All right, so I'm all the way down on my left, rest there a few seconds, and then I come up and look over the left arm, bring my legs all the way down on the right. You know, these two things, I want you to spend time with them. You know, 5, 6 minutes. When you wake up, this is what you do. And already, you haven't even gotten out of bed yet, and already you are doing something for your health. You're stimulating the circulation in your body, specifically your back. Now, after you've done or spent 5 minutes back and forth easy, The last thing you do here is to stretch again. Whether you keep the legs together or you separate and make the stretch. That depends on how you feel. Okay. And now we've done this back and forth, and circulation is being effective. And then that final stretch, and you linger on that one. No, 15 seconds if you want, 20 seconds if you want, but no less, let's say no less than 10. Okay, release the legs, take a breath, and you might want to do a few of our yogic breaths, okay? So now, just stay there. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pause. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and now, some point, you are going to sit up with your legs beside the mattress, so your feet are on the floor. And if you just push your feet out a little bit, this is just further getting your back ready for the day. You can just come on down, you're right, still on your bed, and come on. Do that just a couple of times, and then I would say, probably it's okay to go and have a coffee now, although you could do a couple of more things. You could do a couple of more things, but you don't have to. But it's just the way you feel. And when you do these things, I want you to have in your mind intent. I believe in that. Believe in the word intent. So when you do these things, you are intending to be well. That's your goal, and that should be in your mind. And I don't want you to rush through taking care of your body. Try to enjoy it, and you'll enjoy it, and you will be making a difference. You'll be getting healthier and healthier. Okay? So, because I'm so concerned about the breathing and the state, the health, the vitality of the respiratory system, here's something that I want you to do. This is not for muscles, but this is for your nervous system. You might try this when you get in bed at night. Right? You get real comfortable. Now, I want you to just stick with me on this. I mean, if you're sitting, you can do it with me, although I recommend that you do it while you're lying flat and comfortable, okay? We're back to the breathing, but our purpose is different now. We do rhythmic breathing to calm and quiet the nervous system, and that's what it does, and it will do it every time. All right? So imagine you can still do the breathing, whether you're sitting up. I don't want you standing, of course, but as long as you're up and you're comfortable, I know that you're not in your bed at this time, probably not in your bed at this time. And so now, try to do each breath with me, and you feel the calming effects at the end. Let everything out. Whistle all of the air out of your lungs. You can feel it a little bit. Now, through your nostrils. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just pause there for a moment. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and empty. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just pause. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and empty. I need you to do each breath with me. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and empty. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, lungs full. Take each breath with me. Let it out, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and empty. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and empty. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and empty. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and pause. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and empty. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pause. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and empty. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and empty. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and empty. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pause. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and empty. All right. Normal breathing. Everybody who did this with me, close your eyes. Now, I want you to feel around inside of you. You will probably feel 0 anxiety. And during these times, that's as important to our health as stretching and everything else that we do for our health. You're quiet. Now, when my students do this at night before they go to sleep, they say they sleep better because you've gotten all of that angst out of your nervous system. And you're not taking that, whatever was bothering you and annoying you during the course of the day. You don't want to sleep with that stuff. So that breathing gets it out of your nervous system. Now, I'm positive that for everyone who did that breathing, you can feel it now. 0 anxiety. Okay. Now, with that, I'm going to bring this session to a halt. And remember now, the third session is going to be a blend. And I will also bring with that the safety things that I want you to practice. So you don't fall, don't get